Today is Sunday, September 14th, 2025. Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is our JABBIC Part 1 show for Season 49 of Survivor.
JABBIC, judge a book by its cover. That's our classic intro music on the grill by Madsumo, because we're grilling up some fresh new Survivor castaways. 18 of them for Season 49. Before we go down that road, though, we'll just recap a little bit, since you said somebody asked on our summer vacation, what did we watch? And so we did finally get caught up on Australian Survivor Brains versus Brawn 2, and that was good. We enjoyed that.
Awesome.
We went cold turkey from Survivor for a little while, about a month, and then we came back in. Yeah, and then we came in.
I can't remember the first of the summer.
And then we came back to some Survivor, some Australian Survivor, the supersized version of Survivor that they have down under. And we enjoyed that. That was interesting. There was some innovative gameplay. But I think you're making that sound because of the second one, the one that just wrapped up that we watched.
Yep, I am.
Which is,
but I enjoyed them both.
Australian.
And the winners.
Australian Survivor, Australia versus the World was phenomenal. And it changed my perspective on something significant, I think, too. Right. So we're not giving away any spoilers, not saying who's on it or anything like that.
Anything at all.
But definitely we recommend you seek those out, especially Australia versus the World. And the thing that changed, that it opened my eyes to, was with the right cast, a mere 16 days can yield an incredible version of Survivor.
I'm ready for them to do it all the time. Just more of that.
Yeah, that was something. For sure. That was really something. I highly recommend.
I was like, 16 days.
This isn't going to be. Yeah.
And it was just like,
always grousing about 26.
Punch, over and over. It was like, wow.
Every episode delighted us.
Delivered.
And we talked about them after each one, too. That was quite fun. I recommend one other bit of TV. We watched The Pit on HBO, and that show was just incredible, too. Took me back to ER days, except I think it's better, like best of ER kind of.
I've been watching The Resident. You never got into that one with me, but it had 6 seasons, and I'm almost to the 6th season, so I've enjoyed it very much, too.
Yep. So we had a lot of fun watching those shows. Okay, so let's get back on track. So we're here to talk about the upcoming season 49 of Survivor. What we typically do, we've got Paul's roster on the screen here in front of us. And we're going to go tribe by tribe and then castaway by castaway in each tribe. And you're going to give some background, and we'll talk about each one. We'll talk about who we think is going to make the merge, who is going to be Final Four, who we're already choosing as our winner pick, what we call the Ultimate Survivor bonus in the Fantasy League here.
Yeah, though I'm not sure of anything.
Yeah. But we've made some decisions.
Yeah, for
and
now.
We're working on it. Yeah.
I'm
letting
hoping
that cook.
once JABBIC Part 2 information comes in and feedback and see what everybody else thinks, I'm really interested. I think I need help with the season, but
yeah, definitely looking forward to extra perspectives. But in JABBIC Part 1, you and I go through the whole cast and give a little bit on each one of them for folks that might not be able to dig in the way that we did. So you'll have some background. And then in JABBIC Part 2, we'll turn it over to the super fans, and we'll get their take on who they think's going to not make the merge, be the first voted out, who might be Final Four, who might be the winner, who you're getting winner pick vibes from.
oh my goodness, Mike Bloom's interviews are awesome. He's got the videos out there on Rob Has Podcast. And wow, that was very helpful because it was harder for me to read all of that.
Yeah, you were having wall of text syndrome, I think, there. It was throwing you off.
Oh my gosh, it was just like on and on.
Yeah.
But to watch the video was still long. I mean, some of those were 36 minutes long.
We'll include links. They've got a handy dandy playlist, so I'll include that in the show notes. You want to kick it off with the Hina tribe?
Absolutely.
Yellow tribe?
The Yellow Tribe with Jason. He's 32 from Anaheim, California. He is a law clerk. He says, I'm a scrappy, family-first brainiac, and he wants to test his limits in every way. And he says, if you can dream big, try bigger, and the rest will follow. And he was interesting because he landed a job as a Google software engineer by self-studying in his spare time.
Yeah, there's a lot of great material out there for tech jobs. I don't know right now with everything that's going on with generative AI that's as open a path as it was when Jason went through. But yeah, I liked his background. He has degrees in physics and applied mathematics, and then he pivoted to software because his mom said, look, you're not quite making enough if you want me to retire. Money. Yeah. So yeah, he just ground out some software dev skills, got hired there, and then leveraged that because they'll help pay for law school. And that happens at a lot of the big tech companies.
Yeah.
They'll pay for you to go back to school and get higher degrees. So he's been working on his law degree. He hasn't taken the bar exam. He was going to do that when he got back from this season. And that's how he's making his way through things. He was inspired by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And he said another one of his inspirations was Kenny from Gabon, because he's a big Smash Brothers player too. Jason is. He does big get-togethers for Smash Brothers tournaments and things like that.
I like that he said that he believes showing weakness is actually a strength. Because he's a small guy, and he thinks he's going to be underestimated in the game, but
he said he's got little guy energy.
And that he learns from his mistakes and can adapt pretty quickly.
Rapidly, yes. Yeah, with that skill set, you need to be able to do that. Yeah, I like that his mom brought him a bunch of coconuts for him to practice on as part of his prep.
And I want to meet Mom. She sounds like a character.
And he said his girlfriend had been applying, and he tried it one time when she was bummed out, and he got a response on his first time. And he's one of 2 alternates that made it on to this season.
Yes.
He wouldn't actually be on season 49 if someone else hadn't committed a grave error and gotten themselves booted out of the season the day before it was supposed to start. Yeah,
2 people got booted and 2 alternates went in.
Jason is one of those alternates here.
Yep.
That got a shot.
Good job.
Yep. Probst is talking about how serious they are. He made an example of those 2.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they said specifically, but they must have been talking to each other, or they were definitely breaking rules.
Yeah, it was 2 people that were already slated to be on the Hina tribe. They were talking to each other because MC even mentioned it, that there were people talking with each other. And when they're at the Ponderosa before the season kicks off, they're not allowed to speak to each other.
At all.
not even when they're on the plane coming over. So there's lots of body language. There's lots of smiles and eye contact that's attempted. People trying to get reads on each other. But I guess two of these knuckleheads on the original Hina tribe were flat out talking to each other, and which isn't allowed. And so they're not here. And Jason and MC are here on this tribe. Took their spot.
I'm sure they were happy to do that.
Yeah.
So
most of the time, the alternates don't get this chance. They'll get invited back out for another, and we'll talk about that. There's a couple of other folks on here who were alternates in previous seasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say about Jason?
I put him. I like him. I think he's super smart, but I think that might get him voted out.
Could be. He did say he's more than happy to be the puzzle guy on his tribe. So.
That might save him, but I had to choose somebody. I put him no merge.
Okay. We have wildly different takes on Jason.
Okay.
Yep. I think he's going to be there for the long run.
Well, yeah, he could, and he very well could be.
You ready to move on?
I am. Christina, 36. She's from Texas, but living in Oklahoma now. She's an MBA career coach. Mm-hmm. She says she's loyal and gets along well socially, but she has 2 kids that are 10 months apart and has been dealing with postpartum depression and the loss of her mother from an overdose for the past few years. Yeah. And she said COVID too, so like the last 5 years. And
Probst pulled her off her depression couch and called to her, so she actually applied.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. She says she compares herself to Sari, but obvious. I thought there's only one Sari.
Yeah.
So she's totally a mom on vacation.
Self-professed.
Even says it. Yes. And but
she said it was not hard leaving my family at home. Good on you, Christina.
She needs a vacation.
Yeah.
So I think she'll try to throw herself into the game. And everybody, so many people say, "Oh yeah, I really like this lady with the long braids," and she seems so
infectious
nice
smile.
And so
she was
positive.
The most referenced one in the pregame.
Yeah, a lot.
Assessments. Yeah.
Even Jason mentioned liking her, so they could team up, and you just don't know. But
she says she has a hard time lying. She's not good at that, and she's got some challenges with being outdoors.
Yeah.
You can see her squealing in one of the commercials.
But bugs or something.
Yeah.
She was not ready to deal with that yet. So I think she could get further in the game, and Jason too, if they align maybe and get into a good alliance. But I also put no merge for her, and I thought she could very well be the first out on the tribe. Part of me thinks that, she's going to get a vacation, and she'll probably have a lot more restful vacation at Ponderosa.
If she's not playing Survivor, yes.
Yeah, she barely.
I had a similar take in that I think that she is not going to be ready for this oppressive heat, and Probst said it's extra bad.
Oh yeah, really,
at the
really
beginning
bad.
of this season. Mm-hmm. She's not going to be ready for the heat and humidity.
And in the interviews, there were people just wiping sweat constantly. Mm-hmm. They're intense. They're not, and they said, somebody said in one of the interviews that those tents kind of hold the heat in even more, so it's even more oppressive. And so it sounds miserable even when they're not all in the game. Mm-hmm. It's already
on the
miserable.
lead up, when you're filled with anxiety.
And coming here for this period of time, it's just been brutal. The weather, I can barely go outside.
Oh, you're talking about here for us.
Here for us, yes.
All right.
So I'm really relating to them with that, because I'm like, no, you can't live out there. I don't know how anyone works out there. How are they mowing the grass? I can barely breathe outside. Mm-hmm. I know I have to adapt, but I haven't yet. So.
Yeah. I for that reason, I thought it was going to be really hard on her and the whole mom on vacation thing. Mm-hmm. That was prior to here, and then everybody wanted to work with her. So maybe she'll find a way like Sari did. Who knows? but right now I got her no merge. Next up, we got Matt from Utah. He's 52, and he's an airport ramp agent, which he says means he slings luggage.
Yeah, well, and he says he has, because we didn't think he was as physically fit, but he says he is. He says he has an awesome core strength
Trojan
from
core.
tossing those the luggage around for the last 11 years.
Yeah.
And that he really has a very strong core, which will help him carry heavy things and all that kind of stuff, and balance and all those things. So if he's correct, I think he'll do a lot better than looking at me. He said, look at me. I'm older, got some gray, I got a little
belly.
paunch going here.
Yeah.
And but he said, don't let that fool you. He's still pretty strong. But appearances do matter out there too, especially when he's by far the oldest on
He
his
seemed to
tribe.
struggle with sort of basic questions in the interview, so I'm not. Maybe he was just anxious being interviewed.
But there's also some really good speaking people in the interviews.
Matt was not one of them in the interviews.
Very good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I got Matt no merge.
oh, see, I put him merge because I thought that core strength might. I didn't know. I thought maybe MC, Sophie, and Stephen all looked very physically strong. And I was trying to think, who will they pull in? Do they want somebody, do they want to keep Jason as a puzzle person? Or would they, because, we see from the commercials from last season, they're carrying these heavy box things.
Oh, on the Maroon Challenge?
Yeah, on the Maroon Challenge.
They're always got to
which
carry
they
big
do
blocks.
that every season.
Yeah.
And or is he going to impress them and they're going to want to pull him in? So that's why I went with Christina and Jason not to make the merge, and that they might pull Matt in if he really is as strong as he says.
Maybe. Yep.
That was my
For me, I
reason.
got him no merge along with Christina.
So we'll see. Okay, next up, MC.
The second alternate who got pulled in.
Yes. 29 from Texas, but now living in San Diego. She is a fitness trainer, and boy, does she look it.
She says she does 5 a.m. boot camps. That's what she leads.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's about the time I get to sleep. Anyway, she looks like a beast, so I am expecting her to produce
I liked
some
her
challenges.
self-awareness. She says she knows she puts people off with her resting face, with her RBF. Yeah.
She said she's competitive, has high energy, and is goofy. And she really wants to challenge herself at all levels. And she's in sales, which I don't know if she's going to tell that or not. But she says she's really good at reading people and what they want because of that. And she said she's got the social charm to be everyone's best friend, and she thinks she can outwit them. And she's definitely got the athleticism, so she definitely feels like she can outplay them. And she also says, I've got the mental endurance to outlast. So I like her a lot, and I think she's going to go far. Maybe, I think I put her in my Final Four even, just because I thought she might, align with Sophie S. or something. So
She stood out to me because she's such a new fan. She just came to Survivor in season 47. So that sounds like somebody who was recruited to me. So she's not going to know much about the game.
Well, now, that's the part that concerned me, was that she's a newbie to Survivor and she only binge-watched recently. And the other thing that was a red flag for me was Mike Bloom mentioned that she had said she was a recovering people pleaser. So I don't know if that might trip her up a little bit, but hopefully she's worked on that. So, but I did put her merge in Final Four.
I actually had her as a no merge. Something about the 5 a.m.
Really?
boot camp energy and the no clue about the game made me think that she could end up being a no merge person. But you're right. She's probably got the most physicality of anyone on the tribe.
Absolutely. I think that's not even, nobody would question it. At least I would.
But that's not always rewarded in the new season.
No,
so
it is not.
Not necessarily valued. When you're the disaster tribe, you can make some really interesting decisions.
You mean if they're the disaster tribe? Mm-hmm. We're hoping they're not.
Yep. Moving on to Sophie. She's one of two Sophies, right?
Sophie S.
Sophie Segretti, 31, from Maryland. She's in New York now. She's a strategy associate
Project strategy.
For YouTube? Is she the one at YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, she collects stats together on how YouTube is providing all these wonderful benefits to the world, is essentially what she said.
She says that she is loud, funny, and competitive. I love that she's a lifelong fan. I liked that about her.
She said in All Stars, when Rob and Amber were canoodling, that sparked a birds and bees talk by her mother with her. That was funny. She was an alternate on 48, getting her chance here on 49.
And she looks very physically fit. She says she is, and that she has that competitive spirit. And like I said, I think she and MC could be a good fit for an alliance, and maybe even pull Steven.
Yeah, they're at the silent phase of Ponderosa pregame. She said she was gelling with MC, so they were making some eye contact and getting some smiles. And she clocked Annie as a Carolyn 2.0, which is exactly my assessment too. Although she said that Annie seemed a little more measured than Carolyn. So I liked that part from her.
My only concern was that she says she'll be an emotional player and that she can't hide her feelings.
She's a Division I athlete too, I think. She's in swimming.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
And so was MC. I think she, maybe it was MC that was Division I in track and field.
When I was looking at the roster, trying to decide who to pick as a winner, Final Four, kept looking up pictures, and hers is just the one that stood out for me.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, okay then. It just my
She's got bright eyes, a great
going
smile.
Back to her, and I thought, okay, so I'm going with Sophie. Final Four and winner for me right now, anyway.
Yeah, I totally get it. She's in that sweet spot for emotional maturity and having a deep awareness of the game.
She did seem more calm. A lot of the people seemed very intelligent and spoke well and all of that, but she seemed more naturally calm and I don't know. She just did to me in her interview. So, all right. Anything else about Sophie for you? Obviously, you're ever making the merge, right?
Oh yeah.
Was she in your Final Four? I thought you
believe
said
so.
something
Yeah.
about she was in your Final Four.
Yeah, we'll get to that, but yeah, she's definitely in there.
All right. Up next, we have Steven. He's 35, from Colorado, now living in Denver. He is a what?
Go ahead.
He is a rocket scientist at NASA.
He is what Carson wants to be.
Yeah. I'm optimistic, outgoing, and empathetic, he said. He grew up with an undiagnosed hearing loss.
That's wild,
and it made him a great listener and communicator, which are skills he can use in Survivor. So that's a plus.
Have we ever had anyone actively playing out there with hearing aids? I think that might be a first, right?
No,
I don't know
there was somebody else that couldn't hear.
Yeah, that was like Chrissy in Amazon. Was that her name? Chrissy?
I think so.
Anyway. Yeah, but she was deaf. He's got hearing aids in, which is different when you're in a water challenge.
True.
Yeah. So you can't see them. They're really small and they're hard to see. But you can see him take them out at one point in an interview.
Well, people were mentioning them, so people
they definitely clocked
pre-game were noticing them. So he said he plans to have a good social game with an under-the-radar strategy. He said, I bring a unique blend of left and right brain skills to the game that will allow me to connect with people on both sides of the brain spectrum while also maintaining a low profile.
Yeah, he did say he has a tendency to be an overthinker.
Okay, he seemed in some of the stuff. Now, I'm thinking maybe he's not like this all the time, but he seemed way out there with all the jokes and the air guitar and, under the radar, we'll see. That didn't look like an under the radar behavior to me. So I do like that he's a fan, but he isn't a COVID new fan. And but I'm still going to say merge because I think he's in good shape and that they'll need his strength unless his jokes get too annoying or something. But I don't think it will.
He likes Rupert. He said that was Pearl Islands was the first season that he and his girlfriend watched.
Who doesn't love Rupert?
And he said Matt gives him Rupert vibes. So he's vibing a little pregame with Matt there.
Really?
Yeah. He also said he got good vibes from Nicole and Annie. Nicole's interesting because she's got a hearing loss connection potentially with him. And Annie's interesting because she's in music.
She reads lips.
And Steven is big into music too, music production.
Oh yeah, he does music as well.
He also said he was jamming with or vibing with Jawan.
Huh. Okay.
So he's got one pregame connection he was kind of making who's actually on his tribe, and then 3 that are on the other tribes.
So cool. All right, that's pretty much Hina. Or at least we're calling it Hina for now.
Yeah.
Shall we hear Jeff pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to what we're calling Kele.
Yeah.
They're the Blue Tribe. First up, Alex, 27. He's from Illinois, but now living in Washington, D.C. He is the youngest political communications director.
On the Hill, yeah.
Yeah.
Works for a representative.
I actually, he's Canadian too, right? Wasn't he Canadian at some point?
I think so.
I was thinking he was, but it says he's from Illinois.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking he was from Oh,
No.
that's Jeremiah. Jeremiah's Canadian, right? That's what we're mixing
Is he?
up. Yeah, Jeremiah and Jake.
Well, Jake is.
Yeah, I think I've messed you up with that.
Yeah, because you said that.
Yeah, he's not
and
Canadian.
I went, right.
Yeah,
Stacy said, he's the one that went to Australia and did he go to Australia?
No, now you're mixing him up with Jake, the actual
Jake
one of
went
the
to Australia.
okay, the actual Canadian Jake and the actual Canadian Jeremiah, which we'll get to in a second.
Alrighty, well, we've
Did we muddy the waters enough there? Yeah.
Okay, we'll just go back to he's in D.C.
Yes.
Involved.
Working on Capitol Hill as a political communications director, and he said he was very happy to get out of there.
For a while.
Yeah.
He thought they'd have a problem with him going, but his boss is a lady, and he said she was thrilled that he was going out there, all excited about it, and wanted him to. She's thinking he can find him a woman out there, get
I don't know about that.
him a girlfriend out there. And,
Alex says he is not an outdoors guy.
He said he plans to use gossip to his advantage. Don't tell anyone what you find. Don't get suckered by a cute girl. That's what he was told. And I thought, I'm thinking that could be a problem with Miss Sophie B.
Possibly, yeah.
Because she wants her a hunky guy to hide behind. So, and Jake, I don't think will be. He wants to bring in a young girl, but one that sees him as an older brother, not.
Yeah.
Any interest there because he's married and got a baby coming. So
I like that Alex started a survivor club at his high school.
Love
with the
that.
Teachers and the students, yeah. He's already clocking some possible allies. He was one of the many that was looking at Christina favorably. And I think he was talking about Jake. He was talking about the Jersey Shore guy.
Yeah, he talked about he'd always prioritized the needs of others above his own needs, but that now he's trying to turn that around and put himself first. So this is a step in that direction, but can he is my question. When you're used to doing that, it's difficult not to.
Yeah.
especially in this type of situation.
The people that he wasn't vibing with, he said Nate, who was wearing a fedora, was very stone-faced and gave him nothing. So he's leery of Nate.
I think I forgot a bit about him by the time I got to 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. this morning. So,
You're talking about Alex?
yeah, because I'm liking him all over again. So he might
This is your
end up
second
in
take
my
instead of your first impression? Yeah.
end up in my final four instead of somebody else, but because I do think he has a chance to go deep in the game. I really liked him. The only thing I think that concerned me is that because somebody told him, not to get suckered in by a cute girl, that must mean that he's done that before, or why would they say that?
Yeah.
And that as long as he doesn't get led astray and get him in trouble, I think he could go deep. So
Yeah, me too.
and I remember now, I really liked him.
Yes.
So
Me too. I think he's got the skill set. We'll see. Next up, we got Trashy Annie.
yep, that's the name of her band, right?
Yeah.
Her.
Annie is 49. She's originally from, what?
Oregon.
Oregon. Now she's in Austin. She's a CEO. That's how she made her living and got her doctorate in, physiology. And then she returned to what was really calling to her, which was music. So now she's got a band, and I think she said they were touring just before she went out there. She got the call like 4 weeks before she had to fly out.
Well, and I saw she's got either a new song or an album or something coming out the end of October.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, is she just out there pushing this? And she's not telling anyone that she's a CEO.
Right.
She's only telling them she's a musician.
Touring musician.
Yeah. And she wants to align with somebody that's strong in the areas that she's weak in. She looks physically okay, but she doesn't seem to think that she is, I don't think. So
I believe she was cast because she had Carolyn vibes. I think that is it. Exactly.
But she wants to partner up with somebody like that can be a shield and that will contribute things that she's weak in, and she can contribute because she seems very intelligent. She's not, goofy or she puts out
I don't know
the
about
vibe.
goofy. She's
Goofy maybe, but I think
Possibly
she
impulsive.
wants to put the vibe out there that she's just a, happy-go-lucky flower child.
Authentic.
Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's not all of who she is.
Pre-game.
And she's going to have to fit in with the younger people. She's the oldest person on her tribe.
Yep.
And, but anyway, I put no merge for Trashy Annie just because I think she might be out there just to promote things.
Interestingly enough, in the pregame, she said she did not think she could trust Jake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. Some people want to work with him. Other people are like, I might want to work with him, but I got to keep an eye on that guy, too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mistrust. They want to use him as a shield or something. There's, let's get behind this guy because everybody pick him off first. And so I can use him back.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think she'll make the merge.
Hey, we agreed on something. Okay, shall we move away from Annie?
Yep. Next up, we got Jake. He's 36 from Alberta, Canada. He's a corrections officer. He danced in a male review show.
Yes, he did. And everyone was talking about how loudly he snores.
Yeah. Someone said he snored like a truck.
Yeah. He describes himself as respectful, selfless, and loving. And he's out there playing because his father is losing his eyesight. And I guess they're saying by the end of the year. And this was
What a dilemma.
Yeah.
So he's caught because he said he and his wife had tried and tried and tried for years, and then
To have a baby.
yeah, and got extra help, and then that didn't work, and then they just decided, you know what, if it happens, it happens, and well, it happened.
He gave up.
Yeah. And
that is usually when they say it happens, when you just let go.
so his wife delivered while he was out there, but he didn't know that. He went out knowing that he went out with two things, evidently, knowing that she was close to delivering and that the baby was breech at the time was the last update that he got. And so...
But she told him to go because it was important for his father to be able to see him play.
And anything that he won that he
it.
would give to her. Yes. Yeah, that was the... she
wow.
put
That's a
condition on it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so it was because they said, hey, we really like you. If you want to be there for the baby and your wife, that's okay. We'll get back to you probably. And then he's trying to balance that with his dad losing his eyesight and not being able to see him.
Yeah, that's tough.
He's out there with just some really emotional challenges.
Yeah, I think that can trip him up a lot.
Yeah.
Missing the birth of your first child, your son, and that's got to be hard.
I liked his self-awareness. He said, yes, I am aware. I understand that I give off stereotypical douchebag vibes.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got that many times before. He said he wants his alliance partner to have strong family ties too, and respect for others, a true, wholesome demeanor, and strong core values like Joe from 48. I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's not got the right mindset to be a winner unless you can get on a tribe of Joes that are all playing from that same base.
Like Joe, he wants to make his family proud, and we don't change our core values for a better shot in the game. I thought, oh, he's too nice. He said that it would hurt to vote people. He knew he had to vote people off, but that was going to hurt. Didn't quite know how he's going to deal with that.
But somehow he was going to do it.
He's going to do it because he said the weak people have to go.
Yes.
So he didn't seem to hesitate with that.
Right. He said he was getting good vibes from Alex. He was looking to build a core 3, which would include a younger female. And
that saw him as an older brother.
Yeah. Well, you got Sophie B there that might fill that role.
Yeah, she picks up, what he's wanting and fills that slot.
Well, his other self-awareness was that he can't do puzzles. So.
And he said he would vote for a winner who was respectful and loyal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Regardless of what their accomplishments were in the game or anything. So I put that he would make the merge for his strength, but I don't think there's any way that he could win. Now, he went out there and had seen, how Joe was with Ava and all that, but they haven't seen the end of it. They don't know what happened.
Right.
So
they had to start 49 before 48 was over.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think if he'd seen the end, he might play differently. But or not. Like you said, I don't know that when it's that ingrained in you.
Maybe.
I don't know that you can or that you will allow it.
Yeah, even if it would mean winning and providing all that for your family.
Yeah, and even if you wanted to, I don't know if they could deal with people coming at them about it.
What a contradiction. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's that one's a bit of a tangled mess there, Jake.
He's certainly been talked about a lot.
Yeah, he stood out.
Yeah.
I think one of the guys that got booted, the guy that got booted must have been a pretty big guy too, because I think they were sometimes that was a little tricky because you hear people talking about their pregame reactions to others when they can't talk to each other, and two of those people went away just before the game started. So I think there's sometimes they're talking about people who aren't. It was
like, wait a minute, there's somebody with those initials.
Right.
Because they would give initials. Their initials are on things. And so that's how they kind of identify people sometimes, if they can remember the initials. Mm-hmm. And they gave some initials. It was like, nope. Yeah. So it must be one of the ones that left.
Next up, we got our second Canadian, Jeremiah. He's 39. He's a global events manager, it said in the bio.
Mm-hmm. He was so loud on the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
even the one from last season where they showed
When the
this
intro
season,
49,
yeah,
and the finale.
and that I dreaded his interview. I just dreaded it. But he wasn't like that on his interview. I was really surprised that Jeremiah seemed so nervous during his interview with Mike Bloom. He just was very fidgety, and he's like he would like settle himself, and then but I didn't expect that from him because he seemed so confident and out there, and he seemed to take the interview seriously. He wasn't over the top like he was in the commercials.
Right.
And so that surprised me a little bit. He said that he practiced puzzles before he went out there when he found out he was going to be on, and that he put 10 pounds on.
That's smart.
Yeah. And he says he has a tendency to overanalyze everything, and he can talk too much about it. And so his dad told him, I want you to talk to a tree out there.
Calm down.
Go talk to a tree.
Yeah. Get it out.
And he said he has really good intuition. He thinks people are going to underestimate him, and I think he's kind of ditzy. He's a social but ditzy, and that he doesn't have much substance. So I think he's probably that's why he was being a little more out there, is he wants to project that image. But he said he really wants to work with a strong female who's very loyal. And he said there was a lady whose name started with S that had blue nails that he had
Sophie
said
B on his tribe.
had good vibes. Yeah. So, and he also thought that MC looked fun and very positive. So
Said Nate never smiles, is always serious. And he was another one that commented on Jake snoring, said he snored so loud he woke everybody up.
yeah, and he also commented that he didn't care about strong people on the tribe. He'll vote them off in a heartbeat. He don't care. He's not that strong,
sleep.
I don't think. So
You're gone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
And he got hit by a car on the day he was flying out, he said.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was the one that happened to. And
Obviously
but something
didn't hurt him.
happened that he took as a sign. Who was it that walked by? A previous Survivor player after he got hit with the car, and he was looking for, like, whoa, am I not supposed to do this? What's happening? And somebody walked by, but I can't remember. I read that a long time ago. And so I can't remember who it was, but it was a previous survivor. Happened to walk by, and I guess, anyway, he decided, yep, okay, I'm still going. So I guess he wasn't injured.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Man, that cackle he has when he's cackling, it's not a laugh, it's a cackle.
Yeah, it's really.
That would be enough for me to vote him out.
Well,
I just
that's
wouldn't
why
want to
I
listen
put
to
no
that.
merge, because I thought if that's the persona he's going to put
Yeah.
out there, I would find that so annoying. If you had a headache and that cackle, it would be like, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, we lose, you're out of here.
Yep.
Of course, I don't know. Jake with his snoring might be, but they can just go sleep somewhere else and say, hey.
Or tell him to.
Or tell him to. You
Yeah.
go sleep on the beach by yourself. Yeah, and, but anyway, I put no merge. How about you?
I got him making the merge.
Okay.
Yep. Next up, we got Nicole, 26, originally from New York, now from Philadelphia, now in Philadelphia. She's a financial crime consultant.
Yeah, she's not.
Funds money launderers.
She's gonna skip the whole crime thing. She's
Yeah. Not
She's not gonna
lead
tell
with
them.
that.
Yeah, she's just gonna. They'll just think she does finance things, which she said hopefully nobody will ask too much about, and they'll find it boring or not understand it, and because she don't want to talk about what all she really does.
Giving me teeny vibes from season 47. She said being around a man with a six pack was going to be a lot for her. So she's obviously there with Jake. So.
Oh well.
And she delights in being a kid. She doesn't want to be a grown up.
She said, I'm jovial, quick-witted, and adaptable.
She spotted Steven's hearing aids, and she had to wear hearing aids when she was younger. So she was noting there might be a future connection there.
And she's been a long-time fan, too.
Also said she got great vibes from Christina, and she was tracking Matt as a possible threat. Dreadlocks Matt did not get good vibes.
Okay. She says she thinks you can only play by being authentically yourself, so she feels prepared.
Okay.
And she wants a partner alliance that can be a soundboard for her and who can help her pull her own thoughts together and get the full picture. And she also, a lot of people said this, they want to laugh and have fun. They don't want to just play, they want to have fun playing.
Brooke said there was a lot of joviality in this season. A lot of people
They certainly
yucking it up.
Yeah, they all were saying that. I want somebody to laugh with and have fun. I don't want to just come out here to suffer. I want to have fun.
I got no merge for Nicole. I think she is going to struggle. The heat and the physical demands of this season are going to crush her.
Yeah, I put her no merge too. I really like that she can read lips, and that could be interesting to watch her, get information just from reading people's lips from afar.
As long as they don't cover their mouth, yeah.
Yes, she said she hated that when people would cover their mouth, so you couldn't tell, but because I'm sure she wouldn't tell people that unless it was a tight alliance that she could even read lips. But even being a fan, I think she's probably the least physically fit of her tribe, and I believe I have her going out first.
Yeah.
I kind of decided maybe their tribe would lose, which made no sense to me in the beginning. Because I thought, I looked at Alex and Jake and thought, no, there was. But I thought, can they? We saw that, what they have to carry in the immunity challenge. And it's like, but can they do that alone? And are these
It'll be in
people
pairs.
going to work? Oh, you think it'll be? Oh, yeah, because there's 3 of them. And so I thought that that there's not as much strength in Sophie B, Nicole, even Jeremiah maybe, and I'm not sure about Annie. So I thought they might drag the tribe down, and that's why I thought they might lose. And her being the least physically fit, I chose her first out.
Yeah, I totally get that. I was going back and forth between her and Christina for first out.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought Christina might be first, but then everybody seems to like her, so who knows?
The only thing I think Nicole's got going for her there is the youth. So she is
the youth, and
not
she's
the youngest,
smart.
but almost the youngest. I meant to compensate for the lack of physicality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't think she said anything about doing puzzles or any of that. But. Okay, and last but not least, Sophie B. She's 27 from Miami, an entrepreneur.
Even she knows.
Do with cell phone repair was all she would say.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Cell phone repair.
Yeah, like when you crack the screen, you can take it in, or you have some other problem, and because it costs so much to get replacements, and if you go back to Samsung or Apple, it can cost you a fortune.
Very much enjoys that she has only men older than her working for her, and she gets to be the boss and tell them all what to do. So I thought, ooh, is she gonna? Alex is used to having a female boss. She's used to being a female boss.
Maybe.
How's that gonna work?
Even Sophie knew that she was a D clone. So D from season 45, she recognizes the similarities there too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Miami, the Cuban parents, and all that.
Yeah, so. 'Tis true.
Yeah.
Let's see what else about her. She's been
alternate for season 38.
Oh, okay. And she 38.
A while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
She applied when she was 17. She said.
Huh. She has been watching since the age of 7. She started watching with her grandmother.
I like that story. Her grandma
Yes, I do
was really
too.
into Probst.
Grandma's gone now, but Grandma said, "Forget the money, honey. Bring Jeff home."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right, Grandma." She describes herself as spicy, thoughtful, and relentless. She genuinely likes people, is a good listener, and she can be a good shoulder to cry on, but she said, "I am not a people pleaser." She gets good vibes on Christina and Jake pregame.
Says she's going to wrap Jake around her finger. Might be in for a rude awakening
We'll
there.
see.
But he could still end up being her meat shield. They could work that out.
Yeah, or Alex could be a good shield too, I think. So, but she said that if she had an idol, she wouldn't tell anybody. She wouldn't reveal it. And that she wants to play a cutthroat game.
She didn't learn anything from Genevieve in 47. She's telling us she's going to be completely emotionally unattached and be able to make all these cutthroat moves.
And she would choose the best player as winner. That's if she were on the jury. And but I do think that she, in my mind, will probably align with Jake and Alex. So I think those three. That's
4-3.
That's how I was kind of, deciding who would not make the merge and that kind of thing, was seeing those three pull in, because that's what they were saying
Get a
they
fourth.
wanted.
Yeah, and then they've got it locked.
And pull in a fourth. Which of the other three, I don't know, but I have Sophie making the merge.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
That's all for Kaylee.
On to what we're calling Uli tribe. They're the red tribe. First person is Jawan. He is 28 years old. He's from New Jersey, but he's living in Los Angeles now. He is a freelance video editor, and he worked on Transformers.
Yeah, he did previs for one of the Transformer movies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went out there with like $4,000 and no job, and went with his cousin who, also wanted to head to California to make her mark, and he
Seems like
made
he's
it
doing
work.
okay.
Yeah. He describes himself as friendly, fearless, formless. Formless?
Yeah, that was a bit odd, but okay.
Okay. Says he's in shape because he didn't do anything special to work out, because he said he runs and swims and does half marathons. So he thought he was fine physically. But he said he did practice puzzles and making fire.
Which is quite the trick in Southern California.
Yeah, especially with all the wildfires.
Yeah.
He says he thinks he can make friends, but he can also cut them and be okay with it. And that he expects to be able to play under the radar. Pre-game, he thinks he'd like to work with Jake, MC, and Annie. He was drawn to Annie.
Are not on his tribe.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I wrote. None of the, I don't know. Looking at his picture is hard to get past, because
It's got the stink face on hard.
He looks angry.
Yeah.
And I thought, no smile, no nothing. And being right next to Nate, who has a beautiful smile, it sticks out more for some reason that he's just
the
proud.
contrast.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Smile, 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 smile. Ooh, frown. So I put no merge because...
You know what else is going against him? He said
What?
crunchy peanut butter is a pet peeve. So I think there's something deeply wrong with
Well,
John.
go away then. 'Cause I love me some crunchy peanut butter.
He did refer to himself in the third person, too,
Uh-oh.
which is usually a red flag. In terms of what he might have, he's got some connections possibly in this tribe, though. The video editor piece will come up with when we talk about Nate. And Jawan also said he grew up babysitting his siblings, looking after his brothers and
Like
sisters.
Rizzo. Yeah.
So they're going to have some potential connection points there in the guys.
Well, in my mind, here's the core three. I'm putting Savannah, Rizzo, and Nate. which may seem odd because I at first thought those girls would group together, and they do have some things in common, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know. I settled on those are the three core, and they'll bring in one of the others. It could be Juwan for all I know, but I thought he just looked so standoffish, and I'm not sure. He's very short. Most of the girls are taller and bigger, so I don't know that if he has a lot more strength than they do or not.
Yeah,
he's
he will.
Pretty young still.
No, we'll get to this.
But it's the frowny.
Yeah, the frowny face is
I just
off-putting.
couldn't get past that.
But he's got some physicality to contribute. So.
No, I guess, but I just couldn't. I couldn't seem to. So I put no merge.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Next up, we got Nate. He's 47. Is he our oldest one out here, or is that Annie?
No, I think he is.
Certainly the oldest on his tribe.
No, Matt is. Matt's in his 50s.
Oh, that's right. Matt's 52. Then Annie's 49.
Yeah, Annie's 49. Nate's 47.
Okay, so
he's from.
He's from California. He's a film producer, and he worked on a bunch of MCU movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah.
You know, I first thought, he probably won't fit in. He's the oldest, and he's that all those last four, and even Juwan's in his 20s. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's older, but. To me, in this picture, but he's only 28 or something, I think. And
right.
So, but I was like, oh yeah, Nate's got. And then I watched his interview. Loved his interview.
Yeah.
Loved his interview.
The man can sweat.
I like him.
Yeah.
I might put him as my USB. But I did put him in my Final Four.
I don't know. Wearing a fedora does not bode well.
I know, and I thought the odds are that they won't.
What I like, though, is that years ago, he said, on the off chance that I get on Survivor, I'm going to go learn how to swim. I'm not going to be a black man out there that cannot swim.
But do you still remember how to swim?
He went and learned how to swim, and to prepare, he's working on his grip strength and doing balance drills. So I really like his
He's a long-time fan as well. Yeah. And he knows. He watches Australian Survivors, too. And he was talking, they were really getting into talking Survivor.
Yeah.
And he is there to play this game, not to be on TV. He couldn't care whether it's televised or not. He didn't particularly want to be in front of the camera, but he wanted badly to play this game.
Yeah.
And he's wanted to do it. So his wife said, do it.
Wants to be Survivor T'Challa.
And he likes to laugh. He was so laid back and calm, and he was just sweating the whole time. He wiped and he wiped and he wiped and he wiped. But I so enjoyed the interview. But he did say, now I do need my sleep. And he said, I'm usually pretty easygoing, but he said, if I do lose my temper, I lose my temper.
Yeah.
And so he was especially if he got out there and, wasn't sleeping well.
And
so
evidently Jake had already been interrupting his sleep because he didn't comment on it.
But what that told me is that he's self-aware. He's aware that, this could be an issue for him, and he has to stay aware of that. But his pre-game analysis was he was drawn to Steven and Jake. But he also commented, he said, well, I'm drawn to this guy and that guy. And he said, but everybody's an opportunity. And I was like, ooh, yeah, I liked that.
Yeah.
And he said he doesn't like people who lie for fun. He said, it's necessary to lie in the game. And he's fine with those lies. But for people to just tell random lies just for the fun of it.
Or to be spiteful about it.
Yes, he's very against that. And he said he didn't know that he would even hunt for idols because he thought they just caused so much trouble.
Yep.
And he said he thought he would give, if he were on the jury, he would give his vote for the winner to the person who formed the best relationships to get to the end. More so even than what challenges or big moves they made to get there.
I think that's saying the person with the best social game then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so he said he was concerned that he would have to overcome a generational gap.
Yep.
He's aware of that as well. But I just so really enjoyed him, and I put Merge and Final Four.
I put no merge for Nate. No merge for Nate.
You are in the doghouse.
Waffling for sure, but nobody was getting good vibes from him other than...
Yeah, they were.
Other than Rizzo, who fortunately for him is on his tribe.
Savannah wants to work with him.
Okay, well, people on his tribe. So I could be off with that, but a lot of people are talking about how he was all stone-faced. That turned out to be something the next person we're going to talk about valued, but that's not usually valued.
Yes. Okay. Well,
merge.
I hope you are so wrong.
Yeah, that was my first impression when I judged the book by a cover.
Well, like I said, to be honest, that was kind of, but once I watched the interview, I was like, I like him.
Yeah, he had a good interview with Mike
I
Blood.
could hang with him for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, Rizzo. Okay, first off, with the whole Riz God.
Wait, he's 25.
Oh,
he's
okay.
from Yonkers, New York. He's in tech sales, just to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
And
your
which
dilemma?
he seems to be uniquely aligned with tech sales. He seems to do well with that. So, anyway,
According to him, yeah.
Yeah, I thought, I'm sorry, can't go with this whole Riz God thing, and that's just too over the top. But he says he is optimistic, funny, and motivated. He's watched and wanted to play Survivor since he was a kid, because he talked about he babysat his brother and
His autistic brother.
Yes, his autistic brother, and that TV babysat him
Yeah.
because his parents were immigrants and they both worked 2 jobs, and really struggled with that. So
He had a lot of deep respect for how hard his parents worked for them.
yes, and he worked. But he grew up way younger
He
than
didn't have much choice.
normal.
His parents were having him do their taxes.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
figure this out. You're the one in school.
Yeah, you're in school. Figure it
working
out.
3 jobs.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
We have no time. And he did. So, wow, that's impressive. He is very happy to be the first Albanian descendant player to play the game.
Yeah.
And he wants to it's important to him to make his friends and family and the country of Albania proud. I thought, whoa, now that's...
Put a country on your back. Huh?
Yeah, that's... He intends to play a fearless game.
Says he wants to leave his mark on Survivor. Another one of these. I want to be on the Survivor
I want
Rushmore.
to be the best. I don't want to just play. I want to be one of the best at least. And I think that just puts way too much pressure on anybody. He says he gets along well with people and he's empathetic and a good listener, but said sometimes he can be a little too confident. I thought,
You
okay.
can clearly see that in
Yep.
the interviews.
Yes, and preseason he had good vibes from Nate, and
The thing he liked about Nate was that Nate wasn't giving anything. He was stone-faced,
Not only that, but he compared him to Jean Robert,
which was
from
funny.
China.
He also didn't care much for Jean Robert. So.
But he liked that Nate looks like a poker player.
Nate's tall. Jean Robert is tall. So I
didn't
Doing some of that.
Didn't get that comparison, but okay, he's got good vibes from him. That's what he's saying.
I believe he was talking about Jake. It could have been the guy that got booted, but he called him the Canadian Conor McGregor. So yeah, Conor McGregor on the juice is beefed up a bit like Jake is, so I can see that.
And boy, did he like Sage. He saw Sage as Wentworth vibes. And that he really likes her.
To his credit, he said he wanted to align with the women more over the men, which, when the social game is valued this much, that's pretty smart for a guy to do.
Well, that's why I was thinking Jawan might not last, because Rizzo wants to work with Sage, wants to work with Nate, and Savannah wants to work with Nate. And
Rizzo went to school for broadcast journalism.
Savannah,
Yeah, Savannah
is
was
in journalism. Or was.
Yeah, she was a reporter. So there could be a
years.
connection there.
Yeah. So, and that influenced who put merge and no merge.
Yep.
But, okay.
Says
I
he's never
definitely
slept
put merge.
outside, though, so he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. Well, I was okay with him when he said, "Oh, I'm not going to do the Riz God thing out there." Mm-hmm. I thought, "Oh, okay then," because if you were going to do that, I didn't think you were going to make
We'll see if he can save it. He's awfully proud of it.
Yeah.
He likes his pitch. He likes his WWE intro.
It's like, save it for after the show's over.
Yeah.
Don't bring it into the game. He says he's not, so we'll see. But I did put merge.
One of the questions Bloom was asking was about what advantage or thing did each person potentially want to bring back into the game, or if they had an idea for a new advantage or other. And Rizzo said the touchy subjects, which is one that I've always loved because it shows you where you fit, where everybody is looking at you. So I really connected when he said that.
Well, he's very smart and he knows the game. Mm-hmm. And but you can tell he's had to learn to do and adapt, and so I like him on that level. I just want to,
You can see that he can go over the top and alienate at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, he could go to the end or he could go out soon because he annoyed people. I don't know, but he talks a lot. A lot of these people on this tribe talk a lot.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily content, but it is a wall of verbiage coming at you.
Fair amount of it's content, but anyway, you put merge too?
Yeah.
Okay, on to Sage.
She's 30. She grew up in a small town in North Carolina, now is in Olympia, Washington. She's a clinical social worker.
She said she's very intentional with what words she uses. She said, "I'm weird and annoyingly persistent." She was an alternate in 47, but and then made it on this season.
She was originally applying hard for Big Brother, and she got into the finals and then got booted. And back then, I can't remember that lady's name that did all
Lynn
the cast.
Spillman?
Yeah. So this was back in that time frame, and they asked her if she would consider Survivor.
We cast for Survivor too.
Yep. So she got on the Survivor bandwagon at that point.
Her first reaction was, well, no. She didn't want to be uncomfortable, and then she thought, oh, shoot, now I have to conquer it.
Yeah, I got to do it because it's something I dread.
Yeah, I don't want to do it, so therefore I have to prove to myself that I can.
Got some self-awareness going. She says she's another resting face, another RBF, and that Botox forehead she has isn't helping any.
Yeah. She's obviously, a counselor and works one-on-one with people. And she said she's very comfortable with other people's emotions and her own emotions.
Which is good because she does individual mental health work.
Yes. She said... And she can separate human moments out there with different people. She can separate that from the game. She said, I can be there for you. I can, work with you, and you'll think, oh, her knowing this, we're bonded now, and she'll never vote me off. And she's like, yes, I will. I see that totally different, and I'm not responsible for your emotions or your game. So... I can separate that out. She said the only thing is sometimes she can be impulsive.
Well, that's not the only thing. She also acknowledges that she's she's self-described as wacky. Says she collects blackheads in a jar.
Okay, that is
really weird.
Yes.
Yeah. She had by far one of the most unique preps for going out there that I've ever heard of. She said she did shrooms. So she did psychedelics to prepare. Okay. She did some physical therapy. She took singing lessons. To exercise her
diaphragm. Yeah.
And she says she has hypermobile joints, which means that things could pop out. Yeah, I went to school with a girl that was like that. Her name was
could
Jill.
pop them in and out at will.
Double jointed Jill, yes.
Yeah, I knew somebody like that too. They could do splits and then just pop it.
She had me feel her hip when she popped it out at one time, and because of that, because of that, she's lived rent free in my head for 40 plus years. Double jointed
cool.
Jill. That's what Sage reminded me of when she said that, because I had to go look up what hypermobile joints meant. I was like, so her fingers are going to bend backwards, and her her arms at her elbows going to bend funny, and her so she could actually have some physical difficulties because of that. She acknowledged that.
You're cute, baby.
What's that? Oh, she also said that she has a twin brother.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah. How that plays in.
Yeah, I don't know that.
And she clocked Sophie S as being trouble because she said,
really?
Yeah, she saw her. There was some equality of approach in the game, so she's like, oh, okay, that's a threat. She looks like she could be on the same level as me. So it was interesting.
Well,
not on her tribe.
You need to go away because Sophie is.
Yeah.
Okay, she's one of the ones also said, I want to have fun out here. I want to be around other people who want to have fun. So she's on the right track for that, I think.
Yeah.
And she wants to, or at least hope she can play leading with her spirit and not her ego. So she's very into that, and I think even Savannah and Shannon probably. There's quite a few people that are into the spirit and trying to work outside the ego and that kind of thing. I like her, and I hope the conditions of this game don't bring up more emotions than she can handle, because sometimes when you're in that situation and you think you've dealt with things, I know I've done that. It's like, oh yeah, I dealt with that, blah blah blah, and then boom, there it came up.
Yeah.
Again, it was like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think we mentioned it, but Sage is ex-military, and I believe she said she was in a combat unit.
Yes, she was in
a
Iraq.
combat role.
Yes.
Afghanistan, I think.
Oh, yeah. Afghanistan, not Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You're right. Okay.
She's quite the package. It'd be interesting to see how her game plays out.
I wrote that. I'm excited to see what she can do. And I said merge, but that I also wouldn't be surprised if she was misunderstood or not trusted too. That she, because...
Savannah may decide that she doesn't want another brunette there.
Oh, okay. And you think Savannah's going to have more power?
I don't know. She's coming with that smaller person, chip on her shoulder kind of space. But you ready to move on to Savannah?
Yeah.
31.
You have Sage make him merge?
Yes.
Okay.
Savannah's 31. At least she was when she played, and she was from California originally, now living in Atlanta. It says she's working for her parents.
She was former reporter.
Yeah.
For years, like a decade or more.
Yep.
And now she's I think, a self-given title of a marketing specialist, but in her parents' company.
Yeah,
so she does admit the nepotism, blah blah blah.
Doing some SEO work,
but that her parents are still helping, and now that she's making a transition, both she was feeling like she was worn out, and her contract was not renewed. So.
As a reporter, you're talking about?
Yes. So
she says she
moved on.
She had friends in common with Devins, but she had never really met Devins.
No.
Which I think she was a reporter out in California, and then he was doing that here in Georgia.
Yeah. She said that the years as a news anchor gave her great listening skills and an ability to talk to anyone, and a penchant for leveraging information and holding it back, categorizing it, and filing it away in case she needed it. That could serve her well in this game. She describes herself as adventurous, no nonsense, curious, And she said, I have no problem moving somebody's jacket during the night and then give them a shoulder to cry on in the morning or stabbing them in the back.
Yeah.
She mentions working with Nate a couple of different times.
Which she also said Nate gave her pause because he was writing down the names of all the winners.
Yeah.
Like just off the top of his head. She caught him doing that.
Yeah, but she wanted to utilize his information.
Mm-hmm.
She wants somebody to hide behind too. And somebody to kind of carry her in the areas that she's not as strong in. And he's a big guy, so, and very tall.
She clocked Jake as being potential trouble.
Yes.
Said she thought Sophie B might be an ally.
She thinks she or says she is an under the radar physical threat. And with the social game, that she thinks it could get her to the end.
She's tiny too.
Yes, she is. And she's hoping other people do underestimate her.
Mm-hmm.
But she thinks that they will consider her somebody they can trust, and they won't realize it until it's too late that she'll stab them in the back. Because even with Nate, she said, no, I would like to go to the merge with him, and then I'll stab him in the back, because then I won't need him anymore.
She's just sure that Sophie S. was on her tribe because she had red toenail polish. So, did not turn out to be the case.
Well, it was
Savannah.
actually, I think, red and orange, or...
No, that was her nails were like blue and orange. I guess she had red toenail polish on.
Oh, whatever.
Sophie S. was a rainbow. What'd you think of Savannah? Is she going to make the merge?
Well, here's the thing. She talks about that her emotions will absolutely show on her face. If she's angry, everyone will know it. So that's a detriment. And she's the smallest player on her tribe, so she could
Maybe
go out
in the
early
game.
because of that. But I think she's going to have such great social skills that she's just going to overcome that, get in a good alliance. And she put on 10 pounds too, she said.
So, not vain. I would have clocked her as
Yeah,
potentially being a little more concerned, but yeah. She put
Either
on
that
weight.
or she doesn't want people to think she's normally fit. But she said she gained 10 pounds to go out there. And I really kind of look forward to seeing what she can do. And I
Looks like she got some firecracker energy in her. We'll see.
definitely put her merge, and for right now, I have in my final four.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because her and Nate and Sophie and MC for right now. But
Okay, anything else on
Alex,
Savannah?
too. Nope, I think that's it.
We'll wrap it up with Shannon. She's 28 from Boston. She's a wellness specialist. I was getting major huckster vibes off her. I hope that's not the case. But
Well.
she's a self-described hippie chick, and she said Boston Rob bartended in her parents' 4-story, 4-level bar.
Well, not only that, Bryce and Wendell do their viewing parties there too. That's the same bar that they do.
Well, I was
there.
getting some serious main character syndrome off of her.
Main character syndrome.
Yeah, I'm the main character. Everybody else is just.
Oh no, she totally
players.
believes she's going to win,
Yeah.
and that it's destined.
When she was asked for 3 words to describe her, she supplied 13.
13 words. Yeah, I noted that too. It's like, seriously.
It's a bit of a metaphysical mess was my summary for her.
Oh, but can I choose 2? No, 2 on each one. It can. It's like, why ask? Just.
She's another one of those that just went on and on and on with the talk. And
Yeah.
I didn't think there was a lot of substance in there. You might have read it a different way, but
I was overwhelmed. Like I said, it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the
There's a wall
morning.
of words coming
I was
at you.
trying to, get through the last person, and it was just overwhelming. All of that. She spoke very well. She spoke a lot.
big on
And
astrology.
he let her go.
Big on
Spirituality, which I have no problem with, but she's into, she has a virtual spiritual community called Her Vibe, and it's for women for healing and personal development. And
she sold
even
it
wrote
quite a lot through the interview.
Yeah. So again, is she here just to promote the business mainly? Because
She did get some tips from
it
Boston
was
Rob and
a
Amber.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, but she seemed to like the advice she got from the AI program she worked.
Oh, geez.
More
yeah.
than Rob and Amber.
So the way those are set up, basically she just did some prompts and said, pretend you're these characters and
Ram Dass and I forget what, but anyway.
Those AIs, and it's more than likely it's ChatGPT, they're configured, they're tuned to glaze you. They're tuned to make you think that everything you're doing is wonderful. So, yeah, she liked the feedback. Surprise.
I just am not sure what kind of game she did, to give her credit. She's watched the game. She started in Gabon. And, she was where Boston Robs or her family. They had just hired him, and her dad's like, what do you mean you're leaving? I just hired you.
Yeah.
And kind of thing. But anyway, I don't know. I'm not convinced yet that she's as big a fan. She says she really wants to play the game, but we'll see. She sounds like she just wants to be out there and be with people and
picture company.
And
I got her clocked as metaphysical mess, no merge. That's my assessment. First impression of Shannon.
So confused by this tribe and which way the alliances will go. Yeah. I could see so many options of what will happen, and I was just exhausted from her interview. Now, like I said, in fairness, it was early morning. So, but I just put no merge. I thought, okay, I'm done. No merge.
So you're just saying you gave up and
but I
picked her as your seventh no merge.
I don't hate on what she does or any of the spiritual stuff. And I don't have a problem with any of that. But it's just, it makes me think, is she a little bit, though, manic? So, because, when you're manic, sometimes you have these big insights and, So, anyway, it kind of bordered on. But she talked well and she talked a lot. And Mike was great. He was just right there. He was really quick-witted in a lot of these things. People kept commenting on it, his quick wit. They'd say something and he'd be like, bam, feed it right back, in there. So I did enjoy the interviews. They were just long. But anyway, and you put no merge?
No merge, yeah.
Okay. All right, so who else did you have on that tribe that was no merge? Nate,
yeah.
Evil man. Okay.
You want me to change it to Jawan?
No, I don't want you to do anything unless it's what you want to do.
All right, let's go back through. Who do you have for no merge? Who's your 7 no merges?
I didn't write those down.
It's in big bold letters. I think you can probably go back through and read it.
All right.
Quickly.
Well, like I said, it was Shannon and Jawan on that tribe. Then I had Annie and Jeremiah and I believe Nicole.
Okay, so you had 3 on
that one.
So you're thinking they might be the disaster tribe.
I kind of thought they could be, which makes no sense, but that's just where I went with it. And then I think I had Christina and Jason.
Okay. For me, the disaster tribe was Hina, so I had Christina, Matt, and MC.
Well, see, now I thought that too in the beginning, but then I started looking at an alliance between Matt, MC, Sophie S., and Steven, and I thought, I don't know. They look pretty strong to me.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Kele, and I saw Alex and Jake, and then Alex and Jake. And I was like, wow, you 2 people, yes, they're very strong, but they can't do everything all the time, Yeah. And I didn't know how well they worked together. I kept thinking that maybe that wasn't going to be a coherent tribe somehow. Even with Uli could be that way, but I just kind of didn't think so, that there were a lot of determined people on that tribe, seemed like. Mm-hmm. Like, well, I can do it. I'll show you I can do it. And so that's just where I ended up. I did not expect it.
Okay. Who do you got first out?
Oh, you made me disrupt all my notes now. Okay. I have Nicole going first.
I've got Christina, but I might go with
I
Nicole.
had Christina, but then I thought Kayleigh was going to lose, and I thought, okay, I think it would probably be either Annie, Jeremiah, or Nicole, and I thought Nicole's the least physically fit, so I chose her.
Yeah, and it looks like the physicality is going to be a big emphasis in the premiere.
Well, yeah, especially right at the beginning, everybody wants to go in and be, yeah.
How about
strong.
Final Four?
Right now I have the MC, Sophie S., Nate, and Savannah.
I've got Jason, Sophie S., Alex, and Savannah.
Okay.
And for USB, I've got Alex.
Yeah, and I've got Sophie S.
Yeah, I like Sophie S. I like her chances.
Like I said, I just kept being drawn to her picture. Mm-hmm. Though I really do like Alex, too, now that I had forgotten how much I liked him. But I just don't even think Jake remotely has a chance.
No.
He's a nice enough guy and all that, but I just do not think anybody's going to let him.
Or where's your head going to be when you're got all that in
exactly.
there with your first child on the way that was so hard to get to, and you're not going to know. They're not going to let him know anything.
You don't know how you're really going to feel till you're out there. And it would drive me crazy not knowing.
And he said, on top of all that, his wife is from Australia and there's nobody, she's got no family there. I mean, I suspect.
With her.
Yeah. Maybe somebody came out to be with her.
Yeah, she's got somebody to fly over. But he said she had nobody there. I was like.
Where they were.
Well, I hope she's got some good friends, something,
Yeah.
Otherwise, But anyway, she told him to go win the money. So, okay.
That's just going to be hard to keep your head straight.
Yes, and doing it, and the emotions that crop up. And, that can make it way more difficult than you expect. You just don't know how emotions can control you out there, and especially with the lack of sleep.
So he could end up quitting.
That's a possibility. I don't think he will because of his dad. I think he'll hang in there as long as he can for Dad. But Dad would also understand. But especially, I think the only reason he would quit is if he was already getting the vibe that they were not going to let him.
There's more than one way to quit, too.
Yeah. Yep. You can make sure they vote you off, too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's
engineered quits and then self-quits.
But I don't know if it's just because we're coming off summer break or what, but it was kind of hard to get my mind around all of these, what I consider more intense personalities.
Yeah. Didn't know what to think of 49 because they so overshadowed it with 50. But yeah. I think there's some potential here. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm just going to ignore 50 till it gets here.
Yeah.
And focus on 49 because that's what I want to do.
I'm excited to hear what other people are thinking about this cast.
Oh, totally.
Looking forward to that.
All right.
We'll wrap it up.
All right. We would first off like to acknowledge and thank Paul for the awesome roster and our JSFL logo he creates for us every season. Thank you, Paul. Mm-hmm. Also, a big thanks to Steve, who provides and maintains the JSFL website so we can enjoy playing our game. And also we want to shout out to Jeremiah and Mike K, who take care of the Facebook page. They're the admins on the fans page. Mm-hmm. So great job, all of you. Now, if you want to play in our fantasy league and you're new to JSFL, you need to register before the deadline of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific Time on
September 24th.
24th in order to play this season, because you cannot register after that
After
time.
the premiere, yeah.
Registration closes at that time, and you will not be able to play once it closes.
And if you are playing, you can find the link to the GSFL website on our website. If you go to getsfp.com, you can click on any of the previous episodes and there'll be a link to GSFL. I think Steve's already got that configured, right?
Oh yeah, it's good to go.
Ready to go. You can make your picks.
You betcha.
Everyone will need to select their ultimate survivor bonus choice, the person they think is going to win this season. You got to try to guess that. If you get it right, you get 24 points.
At the end of the season, you betcha.
If they do win. And remember to hit the submit button down at the bottom after you make your choice. And then that castaway will show up in bold on the picks page. So you'll know that you have selected your USB. And then you'll also need to choose who you think is going to be voted off. And then 4 castaways you think will still be in the game at the end of that 2-hour premiere episode.
Yay, 2 hours.
Make those selections and hit submit. The feedback for JABBIC Part 2 is due noon Eastern Time on Saturday, September 20th. We'll be putting the show together next Saturday. We look forward to hearing your thoughts and predictions on this new cast. The voicemail number is 206-350-1547, toll free 844-643-8737. You can record your own audio and attach it to an email, or just send us a quick text message and we'll read it in on your behalf. The email address is joanneandstacyshow@gmail.com. Anything else?
I'm sure I'll think something later, but for right now, nope. I think I'm talked out.
All right. Have a good one.